Yeah, hi, I'm Nicolas Cage, and I'm talking about the movie Arcadian.
Hi, I'm Max Jenkins, and I will also be talking about the movie Arcadian.
My name's Jaden Martell. I don't think I have to say that part again.
My name's Sadie Soverall, and we're talking about Arcadian.
I'm Ben Brewer. I directed Arcadian.
Hi, I'm Mike Nylon. I wrote Arcadian.
Of course there's pressure, I think. It's a lot to live up to and stand next to. And you hope that it brings the best out of you, but it's definitely a little intimidating in the best possible way. But I feel like when we sort of found, when Ben made us all comfortable and we found this rhythm and we could really talk about the scenes, it kind of pushed me and made me think about things in a different way that I had never thought of before. I didn't know I could make changes in a way that I could articulate. I could always like feel certain things that were off, but with Nick and then with Ben, it was like I felt welcome to really understand and say what was on my mind, and understand these characters too.
Yeah, kind of just going off of that. Not to talk like you're not sitting right next to me. But yeah, Nick was an incredible scene partner. I doubt I'm the only person to have said that, so I don't need to tell you guys that. But I think there's a level of nerves going into working with anyone who has that level of experience and that level of, that level of recognition of skill. And so I was very nervous going in, I think, and I don't usually get nervous to go into scenes. But what was so shocking and I really appreciated was how collaborative you were, coming with, obviously incredible intention for what the scene should be, but open to working with people, and also a huge history buff. So really great to brush up on my history knowledge before I went to college. So that was helpful.
So what I just want to pick up on what Jade and Maxwell were saying for 1 second, because, for me, I often say I'm a student. So to work with Jade and Maxwell and a little bit with Sadie, I learn from working with a younger generation. I watch what they're doing, and I'm getting a lot from them. They're informing me and pushing me. So there's an exchange and a flow there. What I try to do is locate what I think is their strengths, and then I try to liberate that in what I would call the jazz of the performance style. I want them to improvise, and I want them to bring whatever is in them and encourage that. So I'm glad that Maxwell was talking about collaboration, and I felt that worked perfectly in this movie. Ben is, to answer your question about Ben, I had a flow with Ben too. When we did The Trust, and I knew that we could move quickly, and I knew that he could also liberate me, and he's good with actors. He lets you feel confident, he lets you play, and get back to that feeling of jazz, that improvisation. And he doesn't shut you off, and he keeps moving, he catches little things. You never know where the camera's gonna be, it's constantly moving, it's very fluid. So I like working with Ben. And I want to keep working with him because that we have a shorthand,
It was written during COVID, and so, the monsters could be seen to represent that time and just overall threats to humanity. And then hopefully the performances here especially from everybody, hopefully show sort of the resiliency of humanity.
Yeah, I mean, when I read the script, I felt like Mike had really sort of shown this idea of what it was to be a father to two sons, and he put it in this total great metaphor. I like the fairy tale of it, dark fairy tale of it. And my brother and I are very close. We used to direct together. We almost did this together, but then it didn't happen, and all that kind of thing. And so I kind of was like, well, I love that father perspective. I feel like I really understand the brother perspective. And so the monsters to me are, there's something more than just a normal monster. Like when we were cutting the film, anytime when the monsters would be attacking, I wouldn't put music in there to make people seem like food or action. I put music in there to make you think about death, more somber music. And so that was kind of how I wanted the monsters to have a dimension in there that related back to the idea of the coming of age story, which is kids growing up and realizing that their parents aren't always going to be with them. So that was my take on the monster.
Last question outside of this. I know you're into comic books. I know you're a big Superman fan. And you started in Kick-Ass. Do you think you'll return to that genre anytime soon? As far as like working with DC or Marvel or anything like that?
Would I return to the comic book genre? I guess never say never, right? But I it's much has been made about that. My comic book collection just goes viral so quickly, exponentially, and I feel like it's in some ways eclipsed what I'm really reading, like The Overcoat or Herman Hesse or, it's like I'm still stuck in 12 years old with the NyQuil and the lemon cookies reading The Incredible Hulk number 72. I mean, come on, I've grown up. That's not who I am anymore, which isn't to say I don't appreciate it. I do, and I'll probably still be open to playing something, but it's not really on my mind.
I think we should do a Gogol cinematic universe, Overcoat, and then next,
Yes.
all the Russians.
Would you write it?
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
do that. Let's do that. Okay, I'm ready for that one. The Overcoat. I'm playing that part.